Well, to be honest with you, I think that's probably, in my mind, what you, um, from the discombobulation to moments of doing things well, it's kind of what you expect out of a first game. There were just moments where it looks like, do they even practice? And then there's other times where, you know what, I'm glad they're getting this right. So had a lot of late shot clock stuff early, and just I thought we were just over dribbling offensively, and the ball just wasn't moving like it needed to be. And then, we gave up 13 second chance points there in the first half, so to only give up two in the second, and we were plus one on the glass at the end of the first half, and so to be plus 14 in the second, there were some things we corrected. But all in all, there were steps taken. Really pleased, most pleased with the guys at halftime that they understood what needed to be done. And you can understand what needs to be done, but you have to go do it. And I thought that from a defensive glass standpoint, did a much better job. We've got a long ways to go, but that's Toya Solomon and Cam Taylor are really good players, and that's going to happen. I mean, good players are everywhere, and he was 13th in the country in field goal percentage a year ago, so to hold him to 33% is a heck of an achievement.
Coach, I know it wasn't Justin Hill's 31 against Western Kentucky last year, but do you think Kenyon Giles provided a similar kind of impact on offense tonight?
Yeah, he can score, right? I mean, you think about the opening play. I mean, it's a three, it's a late shot clock situation. I mean, there were a number of times where you have to have players who can go get a quality shot in the last 8 seconds. You have to have guys on the court because as much as you want your offensive schemes to work, they don't all work. And so you have to have players who can go make shots, and he can do that. And I thought, his ability at his size to get his shot off and kind of create some opportunities. Again, we've got work to do, but I also think that we can retrieve it because a lot of his middle game opportunities are going to fall off around the rim. And we saw there was a possession there where I think we get 5 offensive rebounds, but those are all shots around the rim. So when you have a middle game and you're going to get stuff that falls off around the rim, we've got guys, if they'll be pursuant and relentless, that I think we can retrieve some basketballs. And even though the shot may not go in, we'll still get good opportunities. But he can go get his own.
Coach,
That's why he's here.
Coach, circling back to Solomon, you kind of mentioned it already, but really what changed in that second half that you were able to contain him and kind of control his game?
Yeah, I didn't think that we did a great job there in the first half, and specifically at the start of the second. I just thought we were giving him too much space. Like we weren't physical with what we needed to be. Now, we had E-Man in there who got 3 fouls in a minute 45, and then I think they were in the bonus at the 13-minute mark. And so we weren't great at just defending without fouling, but I will tell you what I was most impressed with is when you have two little guys in KG and Dre on the court, there's times that are going to get cross matched. I thought they handled that really well on how to take away those cross matches with Toyaz and stuff. To be honest with you, we've worked on. We just haven't showcased it. Like we didn't show it. We're a little scared about the film getting out, knowing that Toyaz was coming, and so we didn't do it against Drake. We just kind of left our guys alone. Didn't do it against Santa Clara, and really impressed with our guys and how they handled that.
Coach, I understand there were a number of guys, out pregame for this one. How did that? What's the status with them, and how did that affect the rotation?
Yeah, Jarrett will be back. Just wasn't able to go. He's been able to practice, but he'll be fine. Joy is he's just got a foot issue, and I think both of those back. I don't. Joy won't be back for a week or two, is my guess. I don't want to put a timeline on it, but he brings tremendous value. And then Jarrett Valencia, we it's a day-to-day thing, and so you're a little worried just because Jarrett, to be honest with you, would have started and would have been at that spot. And so you're playing TJ, who has never played a college game, and he's a rookie. And I thought he and Dylan Batee both did great and filled in moments again. Those guys were solid and engaged. And we unlike previous teams here, as you saw tonight, we have depth. I thought Noah's minutes were incredible, for a rookie to come in when you got both of your bigs sitting over there with 5 fouls with 12 minutes to go in the first half. And I thought his minutes were terrific, and we've got depth and people who can add value.
Speaking more on TJ, last year from your perspective? How cool is that?
Yeah, when I heard the crowd when he was announced and say from Wichita, and I heard everybody cheer, I thought that was pretty cool. It's pretty cool for him, to be able to sit over there for a year, and that's just it's hard on players. And again, you're dealing with teenagers, and that's really hard on teenagers. I know adults who, if they had to sit on the sidelines from a year from their job, it would be tough on them. But to his credit, he stayed engaged, constantly asked questions, was phenomenal on the scout team. I think TJ would probably tell you that he was coached pretty hard last year as a freshman, and he's starting to figure some things out. And he'll admit this, he was awful in the Drake scrimmage, and we had to call him out. And so he was terrific against Santa Clara. He was really good tonight, but TJ's just going to get better and better. I feel really bad, not really, but I do feel bad that he's going to have 2 less career points on account of us calling off a dunk there at the end.
What did you challenge your guys with at halftime? You mentioned the defensive rebounding was a concern in the first half. What was a challenge, and what did you like? What was the difference there after halftime?
I really thought that we were hesitant. I mean, there was a bunch of over dribbling. There was unnecessary things offensively that just wouldn't allow us to get in the flow. Like, we were relying on people to kind of bail us out. And the 2 things that we needed to do is, one, just we need to play simpler basketball. And I thought we did that. We just needed to again space the floor a lot better than what we were doing. I think guys were getting way too caught up in like thinking too much, and there were simpler plays to be made. So I thought we did that at the start of the second half, and at the same time, not only the rebounding, but we needed to defend without fouling. I mean, if you're going to send a team to the free throw line like that with 13 minutes to go, and you've got veterans over there sitting on the bench, and we can't have you defensively, that's a problem. So I thought, again, guys want to come out, they want everything to be perfect. It's not going to happen. So we need to make simpler plays. Thought there was some of that, but our physicality needed to be. You can be physical without fouling. That's what we had to fix.
All right, Coach, can you talk about the start of the game a little bit? Did you feel like there were some growing pains early?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, dude, guys understand that we need to shoot it more than 1 on the shot clock. I thought there was way too much the basketball being dribbled and the ball wasn't moving. I did think when Dre came in the first half, like that was a huge spark. And I thought the ball started moving, and there was some execution on some sets that were able to get some opportunities and some buckets. Didn't think we were established ourselves around the rim and the post. I think Will's better than what he actually showcased tonight. And I didn't think anybody was great. I thought Karan Boyd, having 11 and 10. I thought Dre, obviously double digits, 5-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. The one that he messes up is the shake was unnecessary. Throwing back to KB, that was just not a necessary play. There was an easier play to make. But again, I thought the thing that kind of gave us momentum, and I was pretty worried there when we put Noah in. I thought his minutes were terrific, and to have that out of a kid that age in this environment, yeah, he was phenomenal, and I just thought everybody who played added value.
Coach, on the other hand, what did you like about the way they finished the game out with a 15-2 run?
Did we finish on a 15-2 run? Well, man, we need you over on the sidelines to tell us what's going on. I just knew that the lead was expanding, but I thought Karan, I thought our staff did a wonderful job of making adjustments at halftime with just who we were guarding. And I think Karan's impact on the game defensively, he may not score a point, but he will have something to do with the outcome of a game. I thought we did a better job matching up after watching those guys. We didn't have any film on them. Thought we did a better job just matching up on those guys. And I thought, again, the glass both ways, offensively and defensively, was a huge plus for us.
I know you guys have raved about Noah, said how advanced he's been. Sounds like even you were maybe a little surprised how well he held up though. Is he earning a chance at more minutes? Is this really, it could be a 3-man rotation there?
It could, and I think, to be honest, I thought the same is probably true with that power forward spot. You know, I mean, we have pretty adaptable fours in TJ and Jarrett and Dylan, and so I just think the energy. I mean, I know if you look at it, Karan played 32 minutes, KG played 33. I mean, what's ideal is you could play guys 28 and be really, really intense. And Noah's intense. It's just there's some days he looks more nervous when you put him out there than a pregnant nun, and you just say, Noah, you got to calm down, bro. And I thought he handled tonight great.
I guess, how did his motor and Dre's motor kind of help impact the team?
I mean, again, those are very high intense guys, and I thought Dre was the spark plug. Like that like you could tell a big difference when he came in and the ball started moving. I thought there was energy with the ball, but it was one of those things where I thought his impact was instant. Sometimes it takes guys a while to turn around and make a play, but I thought his impact was, and we'll go back, and I think Noah's value is probably better than what my eyes saw. I think we'll probably see a lot more on film, but again, for a rookie, to come in that moment, you got 5 fouls amongst your two bigs who are veterans. I thought he kept us in it.
And then kind of speaking of Dre, him and KG when they're on the court together, you know, probably the smallest guys out there, but how can they add like a 1-2 punch there in the backcourt?
Yeah, offensively they're great. You know, we didn't handle the blitzing well. You know, all stuff that teams kind of throw at you. There were a bunch of turnovers there late, and how we handle it. And KG's going to get a lot of defensive attention, so we'll be a lot sharper with our stuff. It'll happen after. You know, we don't have 4 or 5 games to get sharper, but you'll start to see us become a little bit more nuanced and sharper with what we're doing. But those two, there's going to be, I thought their value was they understood what we were doing defensively, and we didn't get harmed very much. When you have two guys like that, you can get harmed sometimes on the cross matches. And I didn't think that was the case. I thought our players handled it well. KB's like Ronnie DeGray. He can cover up a lot of mistakes that nobody else sees, and he was really good.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.
All right.